What's up, guys? This is the Centrepreneur here with a new video today. Now, if you've been following my stuff for a while, then you know that I've made some bad buying decisions in the past, and that my goal for this channel is to help you as much as I can to avoid some of the stuff that I've done. When it comes to buying fragrances, I bought a lot blind or without a lot of testing, just based on hype. And I really think that that's something that should be avoided as much as possible. That being said, I've done a lot of that in the past, and I thought it would be funny today to put together, it's a list, but it's not in any order, of fragrances that I regret buying. Now, before I hop right into the list, there will be a complete little checklist in the description of all the fragrances that I regret buying. I've sold a lot in the past 2 months. I think around 15, and so yeah, there'll be more in the description. But these are the ones that I was like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. There's 5 bottles, and there are 2 that I've sold. So let's hop right in, guys. I'm gonna start with a bottle to try and catch your attention a little bit. This is one that I think smells really good, but I've discovered some much better options recently, and I really wish I didn't spend as much as I did on this one. So the first one on this list, it's from Dolce & Gabbana, and it's the One Eau de Toilette. It's a pretty high profile fragrance. The reason this is here is I recently rediscovered Margiela Jazz Club, which kills this. There's now the EDP version of this one, and that's 2 much better options than the Eau de Toilette, in my opinion, and I wish I didn't buy this, but I've got it, and until I pony up the cash for one of those 2, it'll be in my collection, but I wish I didn't do that. Next up is one that you guys knew was going to be on this list. I still have it. I have finally decided to sell it. It's just a matter of shipping it out now. It's from YSL, and it's La Nuit de l'Homme. The Lady Killer. The all-star Lady Killer. I've never gotten reactions from women like I have with this one. Just the craziest, most wild, most, oh my god, what are you wearing reactions. But I can't really talk about it today. I've got a future video coming out about why this really doesn't do it for me. But ultimately, I don't like the scent that much. It's just not for me. And I paid retail for this a few years ago, and I really wish I didn't, based on the hype. And it lives up to the hype, but I don't like it. So I wish I didn't own it. Next up is another one I don't think I've ever talked about. It's from Creed, and it's Royal Water. Creed Royal Water made this list because this past summer I found it, found a sample of it, tried it. Oh, this smells good. And I bought it first chance I get. I found a good price on it, but then I never wore it. So why would I keep it? And then once I started to delve deeper into fragrances that I really liked, like Matriarch Coco Blanc and Parfums de Marly Eau Jaune, both of which I picked up this past winter, I was like, wow, I could get rid of this Royal Water that I never wear and use that money to pay for most of one of those 2. And I did. So I wish I didn't buy that one. I wish I kept the cash, but it happened. I don't own it anymore, so it's gone anyway. Next up, this one's a cheapie, but it's kind of gotten in the way of my current buying situation. There's a fragrance I really, really like, but it's very similar to this one. Because I own this one, I don't feel like buying the expensive one, even though I like it way more. That's just something in my head. Anyway, this one, Rochas Man. This is a good cheap fragrance, man. It's a really good cheap fragrance. It's coffee, vanilla, smells like a cappuccino to me. I love New Harlem though. Bond number 9 New Harlem. I love that stuff. This is close, but it's not New Harlem, and it's kind of preventing me from turning the corner and buying New Harlem at some point. But I wish I didn't buy this just because I hadn't smelled New Harlem at the time, and it's way better. It's way better. Totally worth the money in my opinion. Next up, the second one that I've sold, and I'm sure if you guys have followed me from the beginning, you'll know what this is. It's Amouage's Reflection Man. Now, I did review this before I sold it. It'll be a card running around your screen somewhere, and it's just not for me. If I was gonna buy a scent like that, I would probably buy Parfums de Marly Pegasus or Parfums de Marly Darly, honestly. I think they're both better. Not necessarily better, just that I like them much more than Reflection Man. I was never keen to wear Reflection Man. I did because it got good comments from women, but I never felt confident wearing it. I never really enjoyed the scent that much, and I sold it in order to buy Coco Blanc, which has worked out pretty well so far. So, Amouage Reflection Man there, guys. Next, these, if this list was in any order, these would be my top 2 for sure, for reasons we'll discuss in just a second. The first one, Thierry Mugler Pure Malt. That's a heavy hitter, right? Who doesn't like Pure Malt? I don't. I honestly don't. It's just not for me. I don't know. This is, I think there's a newer formulation. This is it, if I'm not mistaken. Scents, I can see how somebody would like this, but every time I've worn it, I've just been thoroughly underwhelmed and unimpressed, and I paid way too much for this. You know, when I got into the game, Muglers were, these Muglers, like Pure Rabanne and Pure Malt, were very hard to get your hands on, and I paid too much for it, and now I'm selling it for, for a fraction of this. I'm getting rid of this one ASAP. It's a good scent, but it's just not for me, and I wish I didn't buy it. If there was gonna be a number 1 on this list, it would be this one. This is a fragrance that I like. I actually enjoy this one, but I never ever ever wear it, and I spent a lot of money on it. A lot. So, without further ado, guys, from Frederic Malle, it's Musc Ravageur. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Oh, cloves and cinnamon and vanilla. I really like the scent, and it's cool having it just sit in my closet, but I think I paid $260 US at Barney's for this one, and it's not worth it just to have something that's sitting in my closet that I never wear, right? Even if I do enjoy this one, I might wear it when I'm, say, 40 or something like that, but I've just got, at my age, my situation, I've got way better options that I'm more excited to wear than this one, and regardless of me thinking that this is a good fragrance, I wish I didn't buy this. Or at least not at the price. Maybe I could have just waited on it and checked out the Facebook groups, maybe found a decent deal on it at some point. Anyway, I wish I didn't buy those, guys. My big takeaway, or my big thing I hope you take away from this video, is to always try fragrances as much as you can before you buy them. Don't buy based on the hype. I've made way too many mistakes. Like I said, there'll be a complete list of everything I regret buying in the description. It'll just be in point form if you want to check that out. There's quite a few of them. Anyway, guys, that's been my 7 fragrances that I really regret buying. Let me know in the comments, what do you wish you didn't buy in terms of fragrances? Or do you have any similar to me? Do you have any the same? Do you have any completely... So what do you regret buying? Just let me know down in the comments, that'd be pretty cool. Guys, if this is your first time at my channel, please subscribe and toss me a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. This has been the Centrepreneur, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you avoid some of the mistakes that I made, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.